What's up, Geeksters? It's me, Omar from GeeksterLabs.com. How you doing today, guys? Just want to give a quick shout out to 42nd Street Photo for sending me this camera to review for you guys. This is a product that's available on their website at 42photo.com. It retails for about $700. And today we have the Lumix Panasonic DMC-FZ1000. So this is one of my videos in my series of FZ1000 videos. I already have an unboxing of it. I have a sample photo or sample footage, 4K footage, and also sample photo video already up. So if you guys are interested in checking out that type of content for this camera, check out the link in the description and you guys can check out the video. But this video is a little bit of a different video. This is a very close-up detailed tour of every single port and button on this camera. One of the things I always notice whenever I'm going to websites and looking at cameras and such is like you never quite get all the angles or be able to see exactly everything on the camera. So I wanted to give you guys a really close-up demo and just show you exactly all the different ports and such that are on the FZ1000. So let's get into it. So as you guys can see, this is a fixed lens. This is not a DSLR. This is actually a point and shoot camera. So this has a really large lens on it right here. And so we have a couple options on the side. We obviously have a zoom and focus. So whenever you do switch this on, you can actually keep this in zoom and you can zoom it manually if you want to. Or if you want to get be able to pull focus, if you're shooting video, or if you're trying to do, if you just want to use manual focus when you're taking your photographs and such like that, you can actually switch it to focus, and it'll actually allow you to control focus. The cool thing about this though is, if you do want to switch to focus, you're not locked out for zoom, because you do also have over here a zoom option right here on the side for wide and tight. So that's kind of cool too. That's something you definitely aren't going to get with a DSLR. With the DSLR, you're going to have to manually just do the zoom. But with this one, since it is a point and shoot, it does have the dial right here to where you can go wide and tight with the zoom. So let's get back over here. Also, we have the on and off switch for the OIS, which is optical image stabilization. I'm not sure why you would want to turn it off, but the option is available to you there, so you can just switch it off if you want to do that. And besides that, there's nothing else on the actual lens itself. Those are the only options really to you. And it's a 25 to 400 lens, so it's a beefy lens. When you get to the side of here, we have one port here for the microphone input. So if you do want to attach a boom mic or something to this, you can actually put it on the cold shoe right here, plug it in, and you'll have a better microphone than what does come with the camera. The mic that's built into the camera is pretty nice, but it's definitely not going to do a good enough job for people that are further away from you when you're recording video. You may want to get like a boom mic to attach to this, and if you do that, you can plug it into the side and it will allow you to get that, be able to input that through the mic input right there. Get to the bottom section right here, we have the tripod screw mount. So pretty much traditional with most cameras. It doesn't seem like it's in the center of the camera, but there is a lot of weight on this side, so that is pretty much in the center weight-wise of the camera itself. Here we have the battery door. Pop that open. So here we have the battery. I believe this is a 1200 milliamp battery pack that is included with this. Yes, 1200 milliamps, so that gives you a few hours of battery life. That pops into place. And then we also have the SD card slot as well. So they are both in this one cavity. There's not a separate SD slot for you. So you do have to pop open the battery door to get to your SD card. And also, as you guys can see here, I don't think most people know about these types of, see the little trap door right here? So if you do want to have continuous power and not be dealing with using a battery, you can actually buy a kit that will allow you to hook up a battery pack into here, and then the wire comes out to the side. So that's what this little piece right here is for. So if you do want to do like recording video for, you know, a few hours and don't want to be swapping out batteries or things like that, you can actually get continuous power, and you would use that little nook right there to attach, to plug that piece in, and then the wire comes out to that, and that's what plugs into the wall. So that's what that would be for. We have another port for the HDMI. So if you pop this open, we have the little things, the ports there for the remote, the HDMI, and the audio video out digital, and those will work with the cables that were included with the camera. So that's all the outputs you have right there. Get to the corner of the camera, we have the mode dial. So it's kind of nice when cameras have a physical mode dial as opposed to having to go into the options to get to these options right here. So here we have the single right there, we have the burst, and the next one we have is the auto bracket, and then we have self timer. And then the next one would be, what's that one? That's the time lapse, or like the animation setting, if you will. So nice clicking, locks into place. I don't think you can accidentally knock into that or accidentally push it into something, into a different thing while you're taking photos. So that's nice having that nice little physical switch right there. We have our left and right microphone, which does a pretty decent job for things that are close up. And people that are further away, you're going to probably want to use a boom mic to record that audio. It does come with a protector to keep the cold shoe blocked off if you're not going to be using it, just to protect them from getting any kind of damage or anything like that. Slides into place. We have our switch right here on the side for the flash that pops up. So that's easy right there. Nice physical button for that. So the diopter ring is right there. That's if you need to adjust the viewfinder in case you wear glasses or don't wear glasses. If for different people, different type of eyesight, this helps you get a nice clear shot. This does have an LVF, a live viewfinder inside, which is very nice. So whenever any kind of settings or tweaks you're doing to for your photographs, when you look through the viewfinder, that's actually how it's going to look when you take your photograph, as opposed to taking the picture and having to look on the screen, or to use the live view mode on the actual LCD display. You can actually just use the viewfinder and you'll be good to go. It does have a sensor on the bottom right there, so when you put your face to it, it turns off the big display, save a little bit of battery power, and maybe eliminate some of that light that's coming off of the bottom right there. We have a record button for video, so that's a designated button specifically for that. We have our mode dial over here, so you can see we have our manual when it comes to video, manual, standard, aperture, all the different settings and such, the custom settings. A nice click wheel. It doesn't feel like it would accidentally, like you'd probably have to give it some force and push it pretty good to get it to switch, so it won't accidentally switch on you at all. It's a pretty large surface button, knob as well, so that's pretty nice. Have our dedicated on and off switch right there. We have one of the first function button, which you can program to be whatever you want. The secondary function buttons right here. This one defaults to Wi-Fi, as it says right there. So the camera does feature Wi-Fi in order to send images and videos and such to a smartphone wirelessly. So that's what you would use that option for. Here we have the function 5 button. This is for the LVF. So if you do want to turn off, if you want to go between using the viewfinder on the front and then also going between the two. So if you want to turn it off and turn on the viewfinder only, that's what you press that button. So when you're taking pictures, it actually just uses the screen right here. When you put your face to it, it automatically turns on the viewfinder when you want it to go. But if I wanted to force it to just use the viewfinder, then you can press that button right there, and as you can see, it is using the viewfinder. Okay, on the back here we have the AF and AE, the autofocus and auto exposure lock, so that's what that button is used for right there. And then we have our switch for the different focuses. We have manual focus, AFC, AFS, AFF. I'll talk more in detail about what those mean in the full review, but this is where basically for when it comes to focus and exposure, this is the switch for controlling all those different things. We have another third function button right there that is assignable. We have a replay button, so if you want to view your footage or your pictures that you've taken, then you can press that right there. We have our display to change the display options on the screen right here. And then we have our dial with like ISO, the white balance, autofocus, the menu central, and go through the different menu options. We have our trash can and our back button, and also a function 4 button, so you can use it. It has the different functionality while you're shooting with the camera. So all those function buttons are all customizable. You can make them to be whatever you want them to be while shooting pictures and such and doing videos. So really nice camera, guys. Lots of cool options and such. I'll be giving you guys my full review of this camera very soon. I've already posted up, like I said, my sample 4K footage and sample photos I've taken with this camera while I was on our trip in New York. So I just wanted to give you guys a really quick tour of the actual camera itself to show you every single button and port, just so you know exactly what all the different pieces are. Oh, and also there's this knob right here. This is an assignable knob, so you can press it down to select, and it scrolls left and right. And that's really a nice option to have, because they let you get to the options and adjust things really quickly by using the switch right here, the turn switch. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions about the things you've seen in this video, if I wasn't clear about what a certain function was or what a certain button does or anything like that, post them down below in the comments. I'll make sure to get back to you as quickly as possible. And once again, this camera is available on 42photo.com. My next video that I'll be posting up very soon is the full review of the FZ1000 from Panasonic. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to be able to receive that in your subscription box. Okay, guys? And as always, guys, make sure you stop by geeksterlabs.com for the latest in tech news and video reviews. And I will see you in the next video review.